What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about my absolute favorite portrait lens, which is the Canon EF, not to be confused with RF 85 1.2 lens. So let's jump into it. I haven't had the chance to get my hands on the Canon RF 85mm 1.2 lens. I just love how the image looks with the EF version. I picked my specific lens up for around $750 US. I paid $1,000 for it Canadian. The RF versions of this lens are absolutely expensive. They're absolutely insane, coming in at $2,600 US, or for the defocus smoothing version coming in at $2,900, which is absolutely insane. I picked mine up for a lot cheaper than that. I could honestly buy 2 to 3 of these lenses for that price. With this lens, you can really make your subjects pop off the screen, melt away that background, and get some creamy bokeh. As the sun goes down with the 1.2 aperture lens, you can just keep shooting while keeping that ISO extremely low. Especially if the ground is wet, you can get some absolutely insane photos. It's built like a tank, it's heavy. When you are using it on a DSLR, it's heavy, it's slow. You will miss a lot of images, but using it on my Canon R5 with face and eye autofocus, I find that it's almost like the lens got a firmware update and just made it that much better. You don't miss as many photos. It just snaps into focus super quickly and it just works. Feels like it's a new lens. But that 1.2 aperture gives you a razor thin focal plane. If you are shooting someone who is moving, you better put it on servo because guaranteed you will miss. I personally, when I'm using this lens, I always leave it on servo because if I move the camera back a little bit, it will be out of focus. If I move the camera forward a little bit, it will be out of focus. Or if the subject moves a tiny bit, it's going to be out of focus. One of the downsides is it does have a lot of chromatic aberration, but this is easily fixed in Photoshop or Lightroom. The lens itself is coming in at 2.2 pounds, which is kind of heavy. If you are coming from lighter lenses, this will feel heavy to you. But if you are coming from heavier lenses like me, normally I shoot with the Canon RF 28 to 70 f2. It just feels right at home when I'm using this lens. The filter thread being 72 millimeters, this is something to look out for. It's kind of an odd filter size. So if you do have a bunch of filters, instead of buying new ones, you can always buy a step-up ring to adapt to the front of the lens to allow you to use things such as ND filters or polarizers. And if you plan on using this lens at 1.2, you're definitely going to need an ND filter because the amount of light during the day coming into this lens will blow out everything. Today I was at 1.2. It was kind of overcast-ish around 4 o'clock, and I was shooting at 1.2 ISO 100 or 50 with on the low end. My shutter speed was 1/8,000th of a second, which is insane. Any more light, if it was direct sunlight, I wouldn't be able to shoot at 1.2. I would have had to stop it down to possibly 2 or 2.5. So I would suggest you getting an ND filter. If you are adapting this lens to the Canon R or R5 or just any of the R series cameras, I would highly suggest you pick up the adapter with the NDs built in, because then you don't have to buy any more ND filters if you use a lot of the EF lenses. That's one of the upsides of the older EF glass, that you can have one ND filter adapter and use it for all your lenses. I definitely want to pick one of those up because I don't have an ND filter that will fit onto this specific lens. But that's just a quick little video of my absolute favorite portrait lens, the 85 1.2 EF version. Maybe I'll upgrade to the RF version eventually. I need to get my hands on it to make that judgment myself. If you do like these quick little videos, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does help. And on to the next video. Peace.